Can you hear me? Good. We're good? Okay. Excuse me, if I could have everybody's attention, we'll go ahead and get started with the program.
I know, you did tell me I'd be surprised. I love it. Juliana. Starting?
Yes. No, that's okay. You're good. You're good. All right. First and foremost, I'd like to thank everybody for coming out in the middle of the day to start with this kickoff for this trail. My name is Steve Chanley. I'm the Director of Parks and Recreation. I'd like to welcome a few folks that are here, and then I'd like to give you a little background on how this whole project came about, and then we have a handful of speakers, and then we'll go ahead and do the ribbon cutting and a couple of photos. So that's kind of how the whole day will work. So I'd like to go ahead and welcome the commissioners. We've got the president of the county commissioners, Chris Corcorino. We've got Phil Dumanel, and we have Jim Moran that are here. We also have the QAC Goes Purple, the Drug Free Coalition, the Not My Child Foundation, the Sheriff's Office. I also need to give a shout out to F.A. Hobson Landscaping. They're the ones that did the implementation of all the landscaping you see here. I'd also like to thank QACTV for coming out and covering us and giving us some good publicity. I need to thank my rangers that are over here that will be patrolling this trail along with others. I also need to thank Mike Watson and also Robbie Blackiston. Those are the guys who kind of stepped way out of their comfort zone, and they're the ones who did the painting actually on the trail. And they did a great job. They got some straight lines, and it was something totally new to them. So, you know, it was either going to be stripes or it was going to be the whole thing. We weren't sure how it was going to work out, but they did a great job on that. So thanks to those guys there. The last person I need to thank is Nancy Scazzari. She's our Chief of Park Resource and Planner, and she's the one who actually drew up the design for this area here. So she put a lot of time and effort into it, not only on paper, but also in coming out here and planting them, making sure everything was getting watered. She did a whole lot of behind-the-scenes stuff. So unfortunately, she had a personal emergency that she had to attend to, so that's the reason that she's not here. So we do miss her for that. So a little background. This is like any project. It's a long time in coming. It took about 2 years. Back in 2019, in the middle of one of our management meetings, we were talking about just different things that we can do. And Opioid Awareness Month came up. We were talking about that and what can we do. So through several staff comments and meetings and just kind of tossing ideas back and forth, we came up with this. And one of the things that I'm really proud about is, you know, it was a true staff effort. It wasn't just one person's idea. You know, everybody had a little something to say, you know, a little something that we should look out for. So I think we did a really good job of implementing everybody's ideas. And I think that's a kudos to my staff for doing that. And that's, you know, a great place to work with people who have great ideas and like to see something like this come to fruition. So as we continued on, we put the project on paper. We took it to our PRAB board, which is our Parks and Recreation Advisory Board, back in September of 2019. Asked them to take a look at it, give us comments. We got some feedback. They agreed that it was a great idea that we go ahead and do this project. And then, as we all know, COVID hit. Things kind of slowed down. Slowed down is an understatement. But it was an unfunded project. So because of that, you know, I had to really kind of look at our budget and see where we could skimp and cut and move some things around and still make it happen. And through all that, you know, all that work, it worked out great. And so, you know, our Parks and Recreation staff has done a phenomenal job. And, you know, again, it's nice to be able to stand here before you guys with a project like this. The benches that you see here are donated by the Not My Child Foundation, so we want to thank you for that. So essentially, the goal that Parks and Recreation had was, you know, we think that opioid awareness should be all year. You know, it's timely that this is September 30th. It's the end of the month, Opioid Awareness Month. So having it at the end of it just kind of is our kickoff into the rest of the year. And it's something that should be known, and, you know, we should have it constantly in the forefront of our minds. So that was the ultimate goal. We wanted it to be in a visible area, a popular area. So our site selection looked at a popular trail, which is across Island Trail, an active park here at Old Love Point Park, and then the other thing which I thought was the key is the pathway to the high school. So you can get the kids coming and going. You can also get the kids and the parents here at the playground, or whether they're participating in one of these activities here. You know, we're all affected by this disease, either directly or indirectly. We want people to know that there's help. And, you know, it comes from all parts of the county, you know, not just the foundations that were named here, not just the commissioners, but even county departments such as us. And ultimately, we just want to say that, you know, we care and we remember. And that's the ultimate theme and the goal that we have put forth for today. So next, I would like to bring up Sheriff Hoffman, say a few words.
Good afternoon. I just wanted to say that, Steve, you summed up so many things about community awareness and all that, and solidarity and everyone being together. But I wanted to say to the families who have lost someone here in Queen Anne's County, this is a pathway that we do walk with you through this journey, and we do stand with you from the citizens and the members of the Sheriff's Office. We are here to support you in anything that you need, and we're going to walk with you on this journey, and appreciate all the things that you've done in bringing the awareness to Queen Anne's County. Sadly, we still have an opioid issue within the community, and this pathway between the parks will be a reminder to everybody that this is a battle that we've got to continue to fight as a community. And looking out in the crowd today, we have a great group to walk this path together and be the support for everybody out there. And just wanted to say to the families, we're thinking with you and we're walking with you through this journey. Thank you.
Next, I'd like to bring up Anthony Reno, the founder of Not My Child Foundation.
Hi, everybody. I just can't, and it speaks large in boundaries that how the county has wrapped their arms around this situation, and I think because of initiatives like this and Queen Anne's going purple, that we are seeing the numbers starting to go down. Matter of fact, they've gone down quite significantly through the Sheriff's Department. The county commissioners being very proactive, Lance at the state's attorney's office, they're doing a phenomenal job, but mostly by awareness and having things just like this. It's super important, and the fact that we have people turn out in the groves that we do, it's making a huge difference, and I think we're all seeing it. Not My Child will always be committed to this community. And just like Steve said, there's always help out there, and that's what we're about, just to let people know that, you know, you're not stuck, you're not in a bad situation. Families do fall short, and that's what we're there for. And I just want to appreciate everybody, and I appreciate the county and love everybody for all their support continually throughout the years. So thank you.
All right. Next, I'd like to ask Warren Wright from the Drug Free Coalition to say a few words.
Hey, thank you all very much. You know, I'm going to be pretty brief, as I usually am, because Steve hit it pretty well. One of the speakers coming up is Commissioner Moran, and I have to tell you, that is the spearhead for us in getting this all started. And Linda kept saying as I came here today, Warren, you're not going to believe how good this looks. So my job here, although we've been doing this for 22 years, my job is to say this very clearly. This is the commissioners, Commissioner Moran, Steve, and Nancy did a beautiful job, and I don't want to forget standing right over there. And when I asked Robbie, I said, this is just great. You did a great job. He said, I'm giving back to the community, too. So I wanted to thank Rec and Parks crew because they did a great job. And I can hardly wait to hear Commissioner Moran because I know he's going to be very eloquent.
All right, next I'd like to ask Linda Friday, President of the Chamber of Commerce, to come up.
Thanks, Steve. It's kind of interesting how this project came about. I had no idea you started working on it in 2019. So just a few months ago, Nancy asked if we could meet her, if the committee, the QAC Goes Purple committee could meet her. So we had a very small meeting. It was Warren and Kathy Wright is somewhere, and Tracy and myself. We met with her, and Nancy pulled out this drawing, and I have to tell you, I was just taken back. I had no idea that this was even in the works. So kudos to Parks and Rec for making that happen. I mean, I just was blown away by it. And she told us exactly where it was going, and Tracy and I had been up here many times looking to figure out where it was going. We were over on the other side, and then when we saw everything starting to develop, we realized where it was. But QAC has had a busy month this month. The Chamber of Commerce, we actually manage QAC Goes Purple thanks to the Drug Free Coalition. They've identified us to manage it for them, so we're very grateful for the Drug Free Coalition and all that they do, and grateful for a committee for QAC Goes Purple. But we've had a lot of events this month. Last year we weren't allowed to do anything because of COVID, and one of the things that we were trying to, the message we were getting out to the community was to stand up against substance abuse and to end this awareness and to end this with an awareness trail is amazing. I mean, this is the last day of QAC Goes Purple, but I think you're right, Steve, we need to continue all year long because opioid abuse doesn't go away. So thank you for that. Just on behalf of the Drug Free Coalition and QAC Goes Purple Committee, we would like to thank the Queen Anne's County Commissioners, Todd Mon, our County Administrator, Parks and Recs, Steve Chanley, and your team. And a special thanks to Nancy. I know she couldn't be here today, but really, I have to say, her friendship, I really didn't know Nancy that well, but her friendship really grew over this project. So we would like to thank her for her friendship, her partnership, her empathy, patience, and her vision, because she really brought this to light. And I just want to thank her on behalf of the Drug Free Coalition and QAC Goes Purple, so thank you.
And our last speaker will be Commissioner Jim Moran.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Steve. Warren, you set the bar kind of high for me there, so I don't know where I'm going to go with this. But I would also like to echo what Linda said. You know, a huge thank you to the Parks and Recs Department, especially to Nancy for the design work. You know, where this did start 2 years ago, and it was a conversation, and probably still is a conversation. But this was originally going to go on the other side where the baseball fields were, and I said, no, we can't have that. I mean, let me back up a little bit. I think that, you know, with the Drug Free Coalition and everything, Warren, you and Kathy, 22 years, God bless you, and we need to give them a round of applause because that is the spear. But this whole project came about because of when we started doing our boards and we started seeing the number of fatalities and the number of overdoses, and working at, you know, at the Sheriff's Department, we meet every time we meet there. It's a standing room only in there. And we wanted to have something year-round, something instead of just 30 days, but something year-round and for awareness. And the reason I like it here and where it's located now is because I think that, you know, everybody that loses someone that they love, 9 times out of 10, probably 10 times out of 10, will always refer to them, and I'm speaking as a parent, as a child. And what better place to reflect on the good memories and the love lost than in a park full of kids on a weekend playing, just to sit down and you know, have that special talk. So, you know, it warms the soul. Again, Steve, I want to thank you for that. You know, now anybody that goes our Cross Island Trail, and everybody uses our Cross Island Trail, and that includes everybody out from outside the state and the county, will come through this area and know exactly what this is all about. So, you know, I'd like to thank Not My Child again for the benches. I think we're going to have a lot more, and I would never mind seeing this lengthened. But, you know, with that being said, again, you know, that's what this is for, to sit and reflect. And, you know, to all those that have lost a loved one, you know, I can't imagine it. But, you know, as the sheriff said, we are here for you. So with that, I'm going to close, Warren. I hope it met up to your needs. But thank you very much for coming out, and use the trails.
The longer version of the commissioner's comments can be seen tomorrow in the newspaper.
All right. If I could just ask those folks that spoke along with the commissioners as well to come up so we can go ahead and cut the ribbon.
Okay, this way? Okay. You need help, Phil.
Well, I got the big one. Exactly. Thank you. Somebody.
Let me move you guys this way a little bit.
One of those little shuffles.
Yeah.
Now he's going to tell us to go back.
Gary, you're in the right position because you're blocking the view of that outhouse in the back.
There you go.
With that big hat.
Good for something there.
Don't glean anything there, Sheriff.
Whenever you guys are ready.
So I guess on my count?
Yeah, sure.
On the count of three, ready? 1, 2, 3.
There you go.
Awesome. Thank you all again for coming. Really appreciate it.
Oh, really?
I thought they were props.